It always starts with the rats, right? Rats, slimes, or worms. Every freaking time. Hi guys, what's up? I'm Berker from Coins Creative, recording some footage from my old game, Heroes After the Fall. Sorry about the shitty microphone quality, and I'm not a native speaker. My English is gonna be quite bad throughout the video, so sorry about that too. So this game, Heroes After the Fall, it's a mobile game released on Android, like all the games I made. It's an RPG game. I created this game because I wanted to create a game that contains some sort of idle waiting mechanism. Yeah, I know, that's a very common thing and not very well received. It's actually a bad part of mobile games nowadays, but I just wanted to create a game that you can play when you come home from work or something. Just start playing for like 5 minutes, check out on the status of the game, and then another waiting time starts and just leave the game there, go do your real world stuff, etc. I made it to be a game that won't take your time that much. You'll just wait from time to time. In the end, it got criticized because of its waiting times, obviously. But what I'm trying to say is I aimed for like a niche thing, not as, necessary, like there's a requirement or there is a demand for that kind of games. And also that's not all like everything inside the game or anything. I'm gonna be playing it from the beginning and I don't know, do like a let's play of some sort. So first things first, the story of the game is kind of vague, there's not much I can say. Just need to go around, explore some stuff and put together the story by yourself. It's not a hand-holding game either. There aren't many traditional tutorial kind of stuff. I don't know, I want to just start playing and explain things as we go along. So let's click start adventure here. So we have 4 classes, so to speak, starting classes. We have soldier, we have priest, we have doctor, we have student. So you might see that it's kind of like a modern setting going on. It's not like warrior, mage, priest, but it's actually kind of similar to those. There are swords, there are guns, rifles, shotguns, etc. Those are the main power weapons. There are also relics, like this priest has. Those are mostly used to cast spells. Doctor is the healer in the game, and the student is a rogue, let's say. I'll just explain as I go along here. I'm saying let's start with soldier. You can just customize them as much as you like later on. Like you can distribute stat points later, but base stats and base equipment is the difference. So let's start with soldier here. So let's give it a name. I'm gonna be boring today, so sorry guys. The story is kinda given to the player like these pop-up boxes. These are like notifications inside the game. You get all the dialogue, etc. here. So this is the main character speaking. My journey has begun. I'm in a ruined town. I need to find my way out of this place. I feel weak. I need supplies for my travels. The town has some places that are run by some folks. Maybe I can check my stuff at half-wrecked hotel. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit sick, so. There is also a merchant that sells some stuff. So the game is trying to give some sort of tutorial to us to indicate that this icon is the town icon. So let's continue here. I saw some deserted places around. Maybe trying to scavenge some items from them might help. These are the scavenge points. We are starting here at our hometown. You can go to town or you can select scavenge points to travel there and scavenge these places for items. You can also travel to another town and we can continue our journey like that. That's like the main travel mechanic in the game. Before going there, let's actually go inside the town first. So this is the town view. There are two buildings. One's a shop, Rufus's Goods, and an inn or a hotel, hometown hotel. Every town is actually different, contains different kind of buildings. You can enter them to get different like menus or get different screens to carry out different tasks inside the game. It's like a menu but represented as a town. So let's go inside this hotel here. So every building is gonna have this tutorial kind of monologue to explain what that building's purpose is. The hotel seems like a good place to blow off steam. I can check out myself, look through my equipment, and get ready for my next scavenge. This is where you can see your character's stats, attributes, inventory, and equipment. So since we are a soldier, we are starting with higher strength and vitality values. Well, it's just like 3 points difference. So starting stats, starting classes are not very different. It guides you basically. So stats affect attributes. Let me kind of explain, like go over them a little bit. So health is the health, like pretty self-explanatory there. Power is the mana in the game here. Like if you are familiar with RPG games, this is the mana. So this power lets you use your spells or skills, let's say. It's like a mutual energy system. So physical modifier, physical defense, dark modifier, dark defense. Physical and dark are the damage types in the game. So dark damage is the magical type of damage in the game. Modifiers affect your damage for that damage type. There's also defenses for those damage types. Heal modifier is how much heal you can make. Speed is your speed, which is a very important stat in the game. You'll understand better when I show the combat. And there's crit chance, also critical strike chance. So we don't have anything else other than dark orbs in our inventory. Dark orbs are implemented to reduce waiting durations. When the game got criticized so much for the waiting times, I wanted to implement some sort of solution for people that don't want to wait, making the waiting times mandatory was a bad decision. You can use this to reduce any waiting duration by 30 minutes. So these are actually very common items in the game. You're gonna get one guaranteed for every scavenge point you clear. This is our starting equipment for the soldiers. So every equipment gives you some attributes. This character can use firearm and pistol skills. So to see our skills, we actually need to visit another type of building, but we don't have the building in this town yet. So Rufus's Goods. This is a shop. Some scavengers try to sell their spoils in these shops. I guess I can take a glance to see if there's something worthwhile. Also, I can try to sell my junk items to get some credits. This is kind of basic stuff. We can buy stuff, sell our things here. We also have a fast way to sell all common items. So these are common items, basically like that classic color code for rarity, like in freaking Fortnite. We will actually leave this place and go to our first scavenge. Here we go. So as you can see, as soon as we click the scavenge button, we see a waiting time. That's actually fairly short for our first scavenge here. When a scavenge finishes, you can watch what happened during that scavenge, or you can skip to the results directly. If you skip, you won't see what you did wrong, so it's better to watch. It's also like the fun part of the game anyways, so let's watch. So our hero will fight with a rat and another one. Yeah, shoot that rat. That's right. Yeah, okay. As you saw, there was like a feed that shows the skills that are used. Our scavenge was successful and we got a loot here. So as you can see, scavenging is basically that. You go to a place, fight with the monsters and get loot from them. Once you finish a scavenge point, you'll get this little tick here. We haven't done these ones yet. And when you first complete a scavenge point, you'll get more XP and more gold or credits. So let's travel to our next town here. So we are gonna wait for this one. I'll actually try to use dark orbs as much as I can to show that it can be done with dark orbs, you know. Since it's short, we are gonna save them for now. Also, yeah, I forgot to say, but there are microtransactions in the game. You can add dark orbs with money. As I said, it's not a requirement for this at all. So we have a couple of building types here. These two we've shown, shop and the inn, but we have this park here. If I find a suitable place like this, I can try to do some exercise to sharpen my abilities. Not every place has the same equipment though. So this is the stat distribution building, basically. If you gain the level, you can train your stats here, which will increase your attributes. Let's also enter this library here. There are some books left here after the inevitable pillage of the place. I can see if there is information I can use, maybe clues about the scavenge locations. We can find information about the game here. Each of these messages will change from town to town and also every day. So when you come back to this town another day, you'll see different tutorials here. So we can find information about locations here, level of the location and how many rooms it has and what monsters we are gonna encounter in that site. To get this information here, you need to attempt to scavenge of that place at least once. If you fail at a scavenge point, you can come and maybe change your strategy. These are the monsters you encountered during the scavenges, and you're gonna get information about their health, power and their skills. You can see their skill descriptions here. Rats bite. Who would have known, right? And they have no other skills. As you saw, it was like all AI fight, so we don't have any control over the AI, how our characters will fight, but we can designate their skills, their equipment, and we can also designate our party. So we won't always have one guy fighting. We will actually have a party. We are going to use a Dark Corp here for Railroad Barracks. Let's watch what happens. There are two rats overwhelming our character right now. Wow. Thanks, rat. So these are basically dungeons in an RPG game. It always starts with the rats, right? Rats, slimes, or worms. Every freaking time. So as you see, we get our Dark Corp back anyways. Our character leveled up. Great. Also, surprise, we are getting a party member here. When I exited the ruins, a guy came running and shouting at me near the doorway. A monster is behind me, help, he shouted. He turned his back, but there was nothing there. I wouldn't say he was losing his mind, but nowadays it's hard to tell if someone is telling the truth or just flat out crazy. Yeah, he's a crazy guy looking like this, having no armor or anything, just a shotgun. I say he's crazy. This guy won't be in our party yet. We need to recruit him inside another building type in Blako district. But for now, we are gonna continue our journey here. So let's check out the shop here. So I don't know if we have anything good. Let me check our inventory. We don't have a ring or an offhand. Since this is a single-handed weapon, we can get a flashlight or a relic here. Even if we don't require it yet. Also we can get a ring. So let's see here. We don't have much money, but let's actually look at our inventory first. We got a ring actually. Let's use this. And we have flashlight. Oh, inconvenient. Yes, gives us a little bit critical chance. Heal mod, not very important for us right now. Let's just equip it anyways. Yeah, like the start of the game isn't very overwhelming. You can just like go forward. Well, this actually gives us speed, but we don't have money for it yet, so yeah. Okay, we're just gonna continue here with our scavengers. Let's go to the chocolate factory here. Let's use a Dark Orb. Another rat. Jeez. As you can see, our character has this power bar here. Every skill will consume some power. So hip shot basically consumes like 25% of the power, and power and health will get replenished when you leave a scavenge point. So we leveled up, great. Actually, we have this park here. We can give our training points towards stats. So let's give all of them to strength. We'll make a power character here. We won't use spells. A pink at least. Might change it later. but since we start with a soldier, let's continue with it. Let's go to this metro station here. Let's use a dark orb and watch. Wow. Okay, new types of enemies. And he stunned us. So as you can see, we have this speed bar filling up, and when it fills up, our character will use the spell or skill, let's say. So speed actually determines how fast this bar is gonna fill up. So speed is actually a very important stat. Dexterity stat will increase that attribute. So these cam heads are actually overwhelming us a little bit here. Yeah, they have this stun ability, camera flash. As you can see, they have camera heads, and we failed, as you can see. That's fine. That's all I'm saying right now. That's fine. We're gonna come and beat you guys. Just wait a little bit. So that's our first fail, which is actually kinda expected. We need some help. Let's go to Blakeau district here. So traveling to towns will take more time. Let's use a dark orb. We have these two new buildings here. So first let's see College of Blakeau here. This place is fairly calm. I can think carefully and hone my skills for the next scavenge here. So this is where you can see your skills and equip them or unequip them if you don't want them. So our character is a soldier which knows hip shot and punch. So hip shot basically consumes power to do physical damage with our firearm. Might be a weapon, might be a different firearm. And we have punch here, basically a spell that we use when we don't have power anymore. Let's visit this town hall of Blakeau. Might be a good place to decide our strategies with some fellows. There are rooms that are in a good state and can be used to spend the night. I will direct them to this place if I come across some people willing to team up with me. This is the party management building. So we have Marcus here, as you can see. You can see his information, basically his stats, etc. And we can see his skills. We can't change companions' skills, but we can change their equipment. So basically you need to designate which companions you are going to use. You need to select companions with synergy, or like considering the dungeon that you're gonna clear. Like, do you need physical power or dark power? You need to select your companions according to that. You cannot change skills, so they're not very customizable as your own character, but they're actually very important. You need to recruit companions and switch them around all the time to succeed. This guy has like punch, brawl, like kinds of physical damage. He uses a shotgun. As you can see, he has nice health also. Also, they do level up with you if you take them with you, so they're like Pokemon. They will distribute their stats by themselves. This guy is probably gonna give strength to himself and vitality, so he's full on physical defense, physical power guy. Okay, so he's in our party now. We can go back and clean this place. We can go back faster because we can go back to the towns faster than we traveled before. So it's not gonna take that much time. We will try the metro station again. Say we waited again, so let's just watch. Yeah, what you gonna do now? I am Marcus. Yeah, don't stop Marcus. Oh jeez, Marcus, used up all your mana, dude. Used up all your power. What you gonna do now? Yeah, Marcus isn't very smart right now, but we actually obliterated the other guy quite fast. I don't know if we are gonna clear this faster or anything like that. Yeah, they're focusing on Marcus for sure. He might die, that's fine. As soon as we have at least one guy, not that, we won't fail, and they'll get revived. I don't think we're gonna succeed here though, to be honest. Alright, sorry guys. Great, we did it. Awesome. So both our own character and Marcus leveled up. So guys, I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. I think I'll continue with this series, explaining the game as I go forward. And there are actually some pretty cool things you might want to see. I'd be happy if you stick around. I don't know if I'm like good at explaining things or if this is entertaining or anything. Feel free to just give me suggestions or stuff. I have Discord, join to give me suggestions, opinions. You can just chat. I actually released a completely free game with no ads, no in-app purchases recently. Check it out too, and there's some cool things later on, cool enemy types, cool synergies with the companions, nice stuff. I'd be happy if you stick around, and I'll try to continue this series. You can also download the game yourself to play it. It's kind of fun. Okay guys, see you around. Bye.